And he's speaking to Cicero about the strange phenomenon, and he's telling this in the middle of the street, and
the only thing I have to add on to that is that he's raised the Y, and he's telling this to Cicero to warn him that the things are happening are foreshadowed of something bad isn't necessarily.
So like there's something bad to come for the future.
Oh, I think
Casca is a bit scared. He's saying that it's like foreshadowing.
and helping
Like the god is saying something to him. It's not good. So he's getting scared and he's thinking twice about what he's going to do tomorrow, the next day.
He's also Casca's also explaining what surreal things he's seen during the day.
Yeah, like the owls usually they're out at night. It's noonday. They're out at night.
What about the first one? Like, I met a lion who glared upon me. I thought that the lion meant it was quite
I do know him,
like almost
he is a
that the
friend.
lion was wise or knew something that was going to happen. So I was kind of staring at him and trying to solve something. That was just my point of view.
Yeah, we don't know the lion yet.
Yeah, the first thought that came to my mind when I read Against the Capital I Met a Lion was where did the lion come from in the first place?
I asked who is the lion. It might be someone big. Like everyone's scared of him.
Yeah, like if it's someone.
Like the question could be like, does the lion symbolize anything?
If it's like someone like courageous or like representing great events.
It might be like the storm house lady out in the lion.
What do you think?
It's possible. We can put that down as a question. Is Casca hallucinating?
I don't think he is.
Am I not staying possible?
I think these are symbolic. I think where Sappho was going is probably closer to where you just head. Instead of trying to focus on where the line came from or who does the line represent. It's just a symbol of something that is not right.
The definition I put for glare is stare with anger or hate.
But in the modern version, it just meant to like stare.
No, it's because glare is a specific form of staring. It's actually you have to stare at someone angrily like this. Or something, like stare at them as if you mean them hate.
Also, like in the modern one, it says they don't do anything.
That done. Repair pumping. Come back.
How about we just write staring with emotion?
No, it can't. Staring with emotion could be anything. Glaring is very specific.
Yeah, glaring is like when you're
It's like looking at someone like as if you really as if you hate them. I mean, staring with emotion isn't specific enough for that word.
Would appear offensive in our countenance, but with the countenance, also must have virtue and
So for the three summaries, the first one I wrote that Casca is saying he saw a lion at the Capitol and that didn't attack him, and he also saw women who were terrified of the men who seemed to be on fire. From that, I think the men in fire might symbolize something along the lines of soldiers or people who come back.
Or maybe there's the on-site, like...
I think it's literally, yeah, I think they're actually literally on fire because there's no current military conflict in Rome as far as my background knowledge went back from those times, because the military conflict had just ended between Pompey and Caesar. So it's probably not soldiers, it's actually probably men on fire.
I don't think they're trying to.
Like they may have been struck by this strange lightning, for
Yeah,
example.
like quoting will change to virtue and to
So his idea
his countenance,
about
like
the reason
just
for these
alchemy,
phenomenon
will
or
change
that
to
the gods
virtue
were
and to
angry. So maybe these men are said that because they did something bad.
Yeah, maybe it's a sign from the gods. So it doesn't know that.
Miriam, what do you think of this?
yeah.
Do you have anything different? Do you have anything
Sort of, yeah.
maybe different or maybe a different point of view?
Emilio, can you find where
Basically, this whole passage is Casca talking about the abnormal stuff going on.
My son
And
was
I think all these abnormal stuff are what I said about
my summary. Yeah, it's okay. My summary of the passage was Casca's describing a series of prodigious and impossible events, building up undeniable evidence towards the supernatural to convince Cicero of something bad might happen upon the day after.
But why are these unnatural events happening? Like, why would this
Well, I think it's not the people. Oh, sorry, please go. I was just going to say that I think this storm was supposed to, the scale and sheer size of it was supposed to represent the fact that something great would happen the next day. Because we have to keep in mind that this storm, yeah, but no, it is because the Ides of March was the day after this day.
Well, it's obvious that Casca was scared.
I know this because the same day, the same act basically, they went to Brutus's house and they won him over to their side and they said, tomorrow we shall plot against Caesar.
but right now we're talking about actual
Yeah, but it's today, this day is from the day before.
Yeah, but nothing in the actual scene tells that. I mean, like if you've read ahead like you have, then you can tell
Okay.
that it's.
But I think it's still some valuable information. It helps the interpretation.
Yeah, I haven't read ahead, but I felt that these are building up to something a bit more significant, so we
That seems like an obvious connection. Yeah.
Oh, I just made a really interesting connection. I mean, it's because I read the whole of the modern English version on the humanities website, and I think I've realized why how the people on fire connects with directly after the killing of Caesar. Because after the killing of Caesar, a mob comes up, yeah, and they start burning the conspirators' houses. So it's kind of no, it wasn't the conspirators. I think it was a foreshadowing of what was to happen. Because it's possible that other people were inside those houses too. Like they had servants and wives and stuff. Sorry, Amir.
Don't go ahead and story it. You've got to do this.
Oh, it's because like one of our first. Yeah, because one of our first assignments was to read the whole of the modern English version, which is really long, over a 1 weekend.
So each odd event represents something that will happen.
So like the lion.
The lion, Caesar's second in command.
His nephew.
The lion, his nephew. The lightning, yeah, the lightning, the war between Cassius and Brutus, between Cassius and Brutus and the Roman Empire.
But what does it mean that he put 100 guys? They're saying that they saw.
I'll define ghastly, which is of little form, pale, ghost-like.
Terrifying. Because it's along the context.
No. Actually, yeah, in the context it would also include terrified. But the word in itself doesn't actually have a secondary definition. The only definition...
Be sure to define the words in their given context. That's all I do.
Okay. Well, I suppose we can put terrified in brackets because it only really applies to this context.
Wait, but what does it really mean?
It means like ladies huddled together, like all pale and sort of screaming and shivering.
Like saying they saw weird ghost.
But the way they portray
As if they'd seen a ghost.
degrading,
Yeah.
like they portray them as kind of pathetic.
Yeah.
Like,
But they just don't need
I'm talking about the